Hello. Hello, hello. Good day. Good morning. Or whatever time it is. Hello, hello. All right. A bit of a shorter stream today, so let's get into it ASAP. We have our homeless Amazon, which is unfortunately not a Boazon, so the name didn't work out. Is that a Hobozone? Yeah, exactly. So we are level 73. We are in Act 5 of Hell. So we are about to be done with the challenge. Well, we have all of Act 5 left. But we are at on the end stretch, if you will. A quick gear overview. Not much has changed. I guess my gloves broke, which is a change. We're a little low. Actually, we're not low on javelins. We have plenty. That's weak. I got impatient or maybe greedy at the end of last stream, and I tried running through the bloody foothills, and I died. And I lost like all my potions, so we are actually not gonna start here. We're going back to Act 1 real quick. Why did YouTube just now notify me about you being on? Well, I just started. Maybe it sounded like I was rounding the stream off, but I was. I meant like I can't stream for very long today, so we're gonna get into it right away. But I just started just now. So the plan is farm some potions, try to push like this, try to push through as much of Act 5 as we can. I don't think I'll make it through to Baal in like 2-3 hours. But we'll set ourselves up for finishing next stream, I guess. I did upgrade my character to Reign of the Warlock. I don't think it's gonna matter. Ooh, beautiful potion. Blob. I don't think it's gonna matter that much, but we did some
I can't carry anymore.
Joint theory crafting, or not theory crafting, but joint thinking. We put our thinking caps on and realized that there are actually a few items which does only exist in Reign of the Warlock that could be useful, namely skill charges of Warlock skills. But we'll see if that ends up coming into play. I don't think I want to waste a rune on the gloves, because the attack speed is nice but not really needed. The passives are, well, maybe I want to actually. I was gonna throw them away and use these random chain gloves or heavy bracers, but I think I'm gonna actually repair them. I can tell you, once this challenge is done, I'm looking forward to using my stash again very much. Is that a rail rune for? Yes, okay. So let's repair those.
I am overburdened.
Oh, of course. Still, you know, Mr. Rune Hoarder over here, or like crafting material hoarder. And then as soon as I filled my freaking cube, I saw the perfect combo laying on the ground. Oh, actually a polearm. Never mind. I was gonna say a spear and a stack of arrows. 36, 61. There's literally 2 javelins. Let's see if I can do something with them. Like get a tiny bit of experience. It actually feels weird that I just went right into the challenge. Barely said good morning. Hello, hello everyone. Hello. Welcome. Hope you had a good weekend.
I can't carry anymore. Impossible. I can't carry anymore.
Do you think we're gonna end up beating Baal with a bunch of random runes in our inventory? It sure looks like that. Like Shale, Fal, Ko. Why?
I can't carry anymore.
Why is it so hard to leave potentially useful runes on the ground? Okay, let's get a few more potions, I think. Probably the same reason your cube has arrows in it. Well, honestly, the arrows in the cube are probably gonna be more useful than...
Overburdened.
than the runes. Sorry, at least I muted myself.
I can't carry anymore.
Ooh, what a sneeze. All right, actually, let's do some cleanup. It feels wrong, but we're so close to the end that I think I'm better off carrying extra potions. This feels extremely wrong, but you'll get to see a new side of me. The one who is actually able to throw stuff away. And of course, this will be the game's cue to drop the bases and the runes I'm missing. But that's fine. Take a screenshot if you'll miss them. Ooh, 9 all res. 9 all res. Kind of nice, actually. Oops, wrong hotkey. So it's like 9 all res instead of 27 cold. So the total res isn't that much higher because I value poison res lower. But cold res was our best one, even without the storm spiral ring. Well, they are both kind of bad, but one slightly less so. What in the name of all that is holy and unholy was that type of inventory management? It's on a theme for this challenge. I forget when, but we decided to commit to center cube early on in the challenge, and you know, I wouldn't have it any other way for this character. It is cursed though, definitely. Center cube is not for the faint of heart. And here we got the spear. Ethereal Hyperion spear. Though it's 2 sockets, so it's not that cool. But any spear and arrows. Bloop. Javelin. And actually, now that I have an empty inventory, we're gonna need to repair the Kelpie snare. Right. Man, look at how fast I'm playing. Just clicking buttons. Oh, good thing I kept that ring, because apparently I can't wear the ceremonial jabs without the extra dex. Well, I could actually. Here we go. Now I don't need to keep the ring if I don't want to.
Overburdened.
Center cube is extra cursed. Now I guess we are technically... We did use... Or now we are center cube. At one point we did one off center cube, and that was a little bit too cursed even for me. Okay, we are pretty set. We have lots of potions. Rejuves are probably gonna be extra valuable in Act 5, but it is what it is. We have 55, 83. Oh, we have so many javelins. Nice. Let's do this. Grim Sight. I think Grim Sight is actually a polearm. But now that you mention it, I'm not sure, so let's make sure. Yes, the Grim Sight is a polearm, even though it kind of looks like a spear. And the recipe only works with spears, not polearms. Click. The same with the Vulge. The Vulg. Vulg. Insight base though, true. It is an insight base. Healing up, min-maxing. Let's be honest, you want that magic find. Yeah, you got me. 5 magic find. Frightening low levels of magic find, 30 total, so it's like 5 from this and 25 from the rhyme. Ooh. Okay, let's close your eyes, we are not in town. Alright, we're back where we started. I think we should make sure we don't have too many poison resistant enemies. I'm actually down to reset if we have too many. Why do you do this to yourself? For your entertainment. I really like playing games this way. Wow, that was an unlucky poison hit. Actually, this is exactly what I'm talking about. I don't want to fight Quill Rat, so I'm gonna cheese it a little bit. Giving myself a little break. The thing with Diablo 2 especially is that... I mean, they are not poison immune, but they deal so much poison damage, and I can't be bothered. Yeah, exactly. Last stream I tried to rush the VP and died at the end. It was painful. Okay, this is what we want to see. Stupid, slow melee monsters. I guess they are not really melee monsters because they have a ranged attack. The point I was trying to make is that regarding why I put myself through the challenges, I actually really like playing the game this way. Though I will say that the way Diablo is structured, that it doesn't feel like you have beaten, you know, the game. Well, it depends on the challenges. The one-shot challenge, I was very content, you know, doing normal and saying that, like, nice, okay, we did it. But most challenges, you really want to go to hell. Because the Nightmare in Hell has more, you know, more interesting gear options, tougher enemies, more difficult situations. But that means that all the challenges get very long, and especially like if you play a character like this, each difficulty takes a really long time. Where am I going with this point? Alright, yeah, so it's fun playing like this, but to me it would be more fun if Nightmare didn't exist, and there was some scaling between normal and hell that sort of smoothed out the overlap, because then I could play more challenges. Like if a challenge took a really grindy challenge took like 30 to 40 hours and still had all of the same interesting decisions and, you know, problem solving, etc. But instead of, you know, this is coming up on over 40 hours now, I believe, and we're still not done. Because they can start to feel a little bit, you know, going through the motions at the end. At least for me. Maybe, I'm not sure. I would be curious to see if you agree as a viewer. But for example, it feels to me like this character has done all of the... has engaged with all the interesting parts of the challenge. Like run into all the problems and, you know, etc. And now we're mainly trying to finish it. For, you know, the satisfaction of saying that we beat it. I definitely want that antidote. Yeah, I guess it could also be that since I've been doing this channel for like over 3 years now, I've played a lot of normal to hell. That is a glaive. Right, fine. Someone asked why the town portal before, and it is true, it doesn't really do anything for us, but it's nice to have, like, it could be nice to open a safety portal at some places. For example, once we fight the ancients, I would really like to have a safety portal before this summit. Just in case I die. Oh, here's a superior pike. I actually think we have so many javelins now that I don't think I want to give up the inventory space for even more. Is that true though? Oh, I have space here. Okay, problem solved. What ends up happening is that I try to make room for potions, but in the time I mess around with the inventory, I take damage so that I need to use the potion right away. It's kind of stupid. Pike and arrow. Can I resist? Okay. I can. I mean, this is about the best monster variety spawn we could get. I guess the other types, I forget what they're called, what the monster type that Eldritch the Redeemer is, or Eldritch the Rectifier, that is probably the easiest monster type. But these are pretty, I mean, they shoot me for chip damage, which is annoying, but otherwise they are very weak.
I am overburdened.
I'm actually gonna pause briefly because I asked an open-ended question, but I never... I didn't have time to glance over at the screen. Where's Bag of Holding when you need one? I understand that reference, even though I never played. Yeah, the reason I'm using Plague instead of the other ones is because Plague Javelin is very resource efficient, and like you saw my inventory now I have like 5 stacks of javelins. It has not been that way for a lot of it. The lightning javelins are so much more mana hungry and javelin hungry, so it is about efficiency. But right now I could probably support a lightning build, but of course I can't respec because I'm not allowed to speak to any NPCs unless strictly required to move on. And I mean, now the mana is not a problem right now because we have a ring giving us over 100 mana. But at one point, mana was a real problem. Javelins has been a real problem. Well, just use Charge Strike. Charge Strike has the problem of forcing me into melee. Do you think a Rakanishi only run would work? I think it could, but also we definitely realize that Rakanishi is fairly weak even when beefed up by the Warlock's skills, but surely it can be done, but it's gonna be a lot of babysitting. But yeah, it is a funny story. It's the weakest demon in the game beating Hellbale. And it would be grindy. I think the main thing that makes it not that interesting to me to do like Rakanishu only is that when we did the Pokemon challenge, when we did the Bind Demon only, I found it got a bit stale pretty quickly because you can't do anything with your demons. Like you can give your mercenaries gear, you can, you know, try to get gear upgrades. I guess that's the main point. And I mean, they use skills, but I guess the demons you bind kind of also uses skills. It got so one-dimensional, though. Glorious melee combat. Yeah, but Charge Strike also kills everything in melee. I think you overestimate the power of my character, specifically. Let's hope for a better start to this stream than the end of the last one. Yeah, in hindsight, it was very ambitious to... Let's just run through one of the last areas in Hell before we end. How hard it is. Right now, not that high. Overall, I would rate it maybe a 7. 6 or 7. It's not that it's very hard. It is very tedious. And I mean, the inventory management has been a pain. But it's fine. Played a lot of self-found Javas myself. You have to realize that we can never buy potions. Although I guess I haven't played that many Java songs. But like we can never buy more potions, so taking a lot of damage can quickly create a problem. Hey Nuclear Rabbit, what's up? What's up? A long time no speak. Oops. Right, I can actually run past the small guys. As long as I keep moving, I actually take less damage than if I try to fight them. And what's my block chance anyway? 41. Pretty decent actually. Hey Schwingy. Hello.
Good day to you.
Good morning. Rakanishi run sounds fun. You should try it, Schwingy, to get into D2R. It's gonna be fun, I promise. Thank you, KP, for 20 months. 2 metric years. Bonus points if anyone knows from who I've stolen that joke. Is that why you're not playing a caster? The reason I'm not playing a caster is actually because I find that the challenge is more interesting that way. Like a caster would not really interact with the restrictions of the run as much. And yes, mana would be an issue, absolutely. But the main reason is that, you know, if you can't repair your gear, except via runes, it's fun, in my opinion, to use a gear-dependent character. And the same reason, it's the same reason why I'm not using the Paladin or the Druid. Because they have infinite healing given enough time. And I wanted resource, like I wanted potion management to be a thing. I still don't have the game. I have the OG D2 on a burned CD-ROM my cousin made me back when I was 10 or so. That's like how my first copy of Diablo 2 was as well. Rare Grand Martin bow. Grand Matron bow. Imagine if we had gone for the bow build. Well, with 19 ED, this was probably not meant to be anyway. Have you ever played Iron Golem only? I haven't. It appeals to me. It like speaks to me on a very deep level. It's the same thing why I like Bind the Demon so much. It's fun to like make your own summon, and the summon is like not predetermined. Like you don't know exactly which demon you're gonna find, and the same way you don't know which items you're gonna find to make cool iron golems. The problem is that iron golems kind of suck though. I mean, bind demon is actually very strong.
I am overburdened.
To be fair, casters are gear dependent in a different way. I would disagree. I mean, if you have gear on a caster, it makes a noticeable difference, but it's more convenience, in my opinion. Like you can have a very strong, you can have very good damage, even without any plus to skills. Well, very good damage. You can have passable damage, and because it scales only off skill levels and not any weapon or anything. I was going to make another point, but I forgot what I was trying to say. So like, I mean, when I say gear dependent, I mean they require, do you require gear to function or not? Of course, all characters are gear dependent. But like a few of my earliest challenge runs was beating the game with a sorceress and also a paladin without gear at all. Whereas that would be basically impossible with some characters. Also, I'm a big jerk. I'm not gonna save the barbarians. Ooh, I forgot about our friend. Well, she didn't last long. Holy crap, fanaticism archers. But it did remind me that I actually have the Valkyrie skilled. I forgot to use her.
I can't carry anymore.
Oh, here we go. Not that we can use the codex, but I mentioned briefly at the start that I did upgrade this character to Reign of the Warlock. So we can find the Warlock items now. Yeah, like when I did my first couple of playthroughs with the Warlock, we did beat several of the Hell Act bosses with only a bound demon. First we had Blight Maggot, the Slayer. And then I forget which one we had later. I mean, we used Lister to beat Baal. That was very one-sided. I used an Ethereal Death Cleaver as an Iron Golem before. Holy. I'm skipping the immunes now, so running goes a lot better this time. Yeah, there is definitely a massive difference between 0 and 105 FCR. But which is why I tried clarifying that. I mean, when I say gear dependent, I mean, do they need gear to function? And I mean, it's personal. You can say that a caster with slow cast rate doesn't function, whereas by my standards, they do function. They are very bad compared to a character with FCR, but they do function. But yes, my gearless sorceress was extremely painful to play. It's been a long time now, so I mostly have suppressed the memories, but for example, you can't teleport past very many enemies in Hell with no FCR, which is usually how I solve tricky encounters in Hell for sorceresses. What level are you? 71? 73, alright. Almost correct. Another thing is you can find FC gear very easily. I mean, yes, stealth is such a goated rune word for a Tal and an F. Ooh, snakes. I was just gonna say, they have kind of high poison resistance, don't they? And I think it's safe to say that they do. So maybe we will pull out the old charged strike. Although it's not very mana efficient. I guess I could let the not the mercenary, the Valkyrie handle it while we regen mana. Stealth is a gift for low-level characters. It really is. I mean, stealth... Imagine if stealth wasn't such a low-level item. Do you think it would be used more like endgame gear if it wasn't so cheap? Like, I think some people discount using stealth later on because it's a quote-unquote low-level item, whereas it's a perfectly viable item for the entire game. Like, running faster is very good for casters, and of course the FCR is amazing. 61, 86, 55. Let's use that next. Actually, let's use this next. And this has the bonus of taking up one more square, so we're saving 25% of inventory space by using the glaive first.
I am overburdened.
I actually think stealth gets a bit too much glory because it's used in speedruns. Oh, interesting. I'm trying to consider your point. Well, the thing is that early on, there isn't really anything else to use anyway, like random magic and rare armors that you find like in Act 1 and 2 are just not very good. So even if you're not a caster, what else can you get? Oh no! What else can you get that early? Okay, lucky waypoint. I was gonna say, like, how did I die to that one? He seems very slow, but I guess once he charges up the frenzy. Oh, thank you, JK. I'm just gonna survive, and then I'll see what you have to say. Surely it's something very serious and important. Ooh, okay, he's dead. Hey Zarfen, I have a challenge for you. Can you open a tin of surströmming inside my house and still live there? I hope no one is crazy enough to open that inside. Have you tried it ever, JK? I only tried it a few times in my very youth. So I'm not a real Swede. I don't enjoy it on the regular. Got all distracted defending stealth. Yeah. Deep discussions about the Diablo 2 items. Pause the challenge run. I mean, that's basically, you know, I guess that sums up the way I play the game. This is weird saying because I am a challenge run channel, but I actually don't care very much for the challenge aspect. Like I could care less. Do you say it like that? I don't care very much if the challenge is difficult. What I think is fun is, you know, engaging with the game's mechanics very deeply and, you know, bending them and abusing them to overcome obstacles and, you know, making meaningful and interesting decisions build-wise, like gear-wise. The fact that it's hard is mostly a byproduct as far as I'm concerned. Like challenges where you have to make important and meaningful decisions tend to be difficult, because if they weren't difficult, the decisions wouldn't matter. But like when I play through this challenge, I'm not trying to like...
Not enough mana.
Okay, I'm gonna drink a potion so I can speak. I'm not trying to like show off my skill or whatever. Would you believe me if I told you I have had surströmming, I guess pickled herring, maybe, twice? It smells worse than it tastes. I will agree that it smells worse than it tastes, absolutely. But since you had it twice, I guess you really like it. Like, you can have it once to try it out as a fun thing, but if you have it twice, then you're a certified enjoyer. Anyone see Mr. Lama's 5000 Nightmare Andy Stone of Jordan runs? Oh my god. You know what? When he started that, I didn't watch much of the streams myself, but I saw the title like playing until I find Stone of Jordan, and I immediately thought like, I mean, he should be able to do it if it drops like on an average in like an average amount of time, but doing it like that, like playing until something random happens, it's really setting you up for setting you up for getting hit by bad variants, if that makes sense. Like you expose yourself to exactly what happened. He went 5,000 rounds. I guess he and Moo-Girl. So it's good that he had some support, because otherwise, I mean, he wouldn't be able to have made it. The second time was at my bachelor party, and I was forced to consume. Ah, okay, you were forced to. I was like, so you even had it in adjacent to your wedding. You are really the spokesperson of surströmming. But if you were forced, I guess. Extra spicy chili sauce and a century egg. Ooh. Sounds like a bachelor party to me. Actually, JK, do you call it a stag do, or is that an Irish thing? I used to work with an Irishman who called bachelor parties stag do's. $5,000 runs is 99% chance of finding a Stone of Jordan. Yeah, I mean, target farming in Diablo 2 is... I was gonna say dangerous. It's not dangerous, but you are, you know... I can't find a good way to phrase it, but like you are putting yourself in a situation to get screwed by RNG. So that's quite unlucky, but of course, you know, it's very funny when it happens to Mr. Llama, right? Because, you know, it's good content that he tries to target farm for something and gets hit by bad RNG. So I mean, it would have been a much worse stream if he found it after 100 runs, right? Then it would have been a complete non-event, but now because it took 5,000 runs, people are talking about it, right? But it absolutely sounds atrocious. 5,000. Let's not show him too much pity. His 1,000 LK runs made up for it. I mean, you win some, you lose some. Didn't you get 2 Stone of Jordan on your challenge runs a while back? That was not me, because I have not found a single Stone of Jordan since Resurrected came out. So that was 2021. So the last 5 years I have not found a single Stone of Jordan. You know, my channel started out being a magic find grinding channel, so it's not only challenge runs in those years, it's also a lot of the magic find runs. I'm sure I recall you dropping one from Duriel during a challenge. I would remember if that was me. Maybe you are confusing me with another handsome Diablo 2 streamer. I think Chris Hemsworth might be streaming Diablo 2 actually. Maybe you're confusing me with him. Okay, now we're just running because I am tired of fighting poison resistant enemies. Have you ever had to hide in the frozen river before? Yeah, must have been Thor, my mistake. It wasn't Chris Hemsworth, it was Thor. If I was Chris Hemsworth and I started screaming, I would stream in character. As a Dane, I have to remind you, you are Swedish, you are not that attractive. Typical Danes, always jealous. Alright. Do you think we'll make it out? I mean, I could cheese it by going to town, but if we use the town as a strategic point of retreat, I think we are using the town. Like, when we die, it is what it is. But going to town on purpose to avoid places. I guess I did use town to reroll some monsters at the very start, but... Well, I make the rules. My stream, my rules. They are completely arbitrary after all. Well, we made it out, so it's a moot point. I'm definitely not going into... Yeah, I'm definitely not going into the frozen river in case of gloams.
I need mana.
We have used a lot of javelins so far in the frozen river.
Impossible.
So now I kind of regret not picking up those arrows from earlier. I mean, we're still pretty stacked in the cube, but... It's a pretty nasty combination of, you know, Bloodlords, who are extremely dangerous in melee. Then the archers, which snipe you. And then the... Ooh. No, I was gonna say, let's hope it's not a dead end. And then, of course, the snakes who can stunlock you. So a very nasty combination of enemies. Okay, actually, it seems like this is a safe place. Zarfen, archers, might aura, or Dolsk. Pick your poison. Feast or it's like not feast or famine. It's how do you say in it English? In Swedish, you say plague or cholera. Like between a rock and a hard place. I would, for these characters, I would choose archers with might aura, because dolls and ghosts tend to be poison immune. But in general, I think ghosts and dolls, because they are easier to, you know, block with a summon or a mercenary. The keyword easier, not easy. Alright, well, if only we had turned left at the start instead of right. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. But it's not like... It's more like whatever, you get to pick between... Pick your poison. It'll be fine as soon as your Valk spawns at the right time. Well, I heard some ghosts, so we'll get the ghosts too. But those I'm definitely not gonna fight. They are immune to physical and the poison. And this is lightning, so it would damage them, but they also drain your mana. Okay, let's see if left wins again. Well, we found a waypoint at least. Also poison immune. Ooh. Also poison immune. So the snakes here are poison immune, the pit vipers. Okay, so in this area, literally every enemy is poison immune, so I guess we're not gonna fight a single one. Luckily the skeletons are kind of slow, so I'm mostly worried about the ghosts and the pit vipers. Okay, this is sketchy. Oh, come on. Give me the exit, please. Oh, frozen Tundra. I wonder if he could be sued if he did, since I think the character owned IP, even if you are the one who plays them. Yeah, that's probably true. He probably couldn't. Like, Chris Hemsworth probably couldn't stream as Thor unless he did it, like, on behalf of DC or whatever. Probably. I mean, what if he speaks like Thor, but he doesn't wear the costume? Because like Thor is like Thor the Marvel character is of course owned by someone, but Thor is like a god from Norse mythology, and you can't like IP claim that, right? Well, maybe they find a way. Corporations probably have tried. Well, I've only been live for an hour and we have made very good progress, so maybe we will actually be able to give the end of the act a try. The first part of the act went much better than last time. And also, I do need some... I'm going for a poison first build. Like, I haven't showed my skill tree, but it's max Plague Javelin, and then a backup attack. And I do need a backup attack, or I would not be able to pass the doors. I do like how the barricade doors of Act 5 have become a recurring theme for my... What's it called? My streams, my content. They are blocking the door. Okay, I see an opening. Since I'm so low on health potions, I'm using a antidote in a situation where I would have preferred to not use it. Oops. Actually, I should probably kill as few enemies as I can get away with, since I'm starting to run a little bit low on javelins. But when I run into a relatively easy elite, I kind of do want to fight it, because they'll drop a bunch of potions. Ooh. And apparently javelins as well.
I can't carry anymore.
That was really close that I got stuck. Well, I ended up taking so much damage in that skirmish that I probably didn't end up netting potions, but in theory I should fight like saber cats and also demon rascals. Alright, we have already reached the Ancient's Way. Zarfen, as you can't use town, do you miss the Anya quest for 30 res yet? Definitely. Imagine what 30 extra... I would probably have skipped it in hell anyway, since it's a very grindy, resource-intensive challenge, but having 20 extra resistances from normal and nightmare would be very nice. And you know, if I could have sacred my Dusk Deep at some point and put like an Ort into it, that would have helped a lot as well. Actually, it's funny, I'm working on the script for the next video, and I find a Dusk Deep very late into the game, and I started writing like, I kind of like Dusk Deep, but it's a bit late for that now. And but then I remember that I'm in Act 5 hell on this character, and I'm still using it, so it all depends on what you have available to you. Okay, so we see a skeleton. Poison immune. Bone mage. Well, the projectiles, I believe those are cold mages, and the projectiles are very slow, and I do have cannot be frozen. But I remember that, actually, you know what? I remember that I didn't find a waypoint in the frozen Tundra. At least I don't think so. And in case I die, I would really like the waypoint, because the waypoint in the Glacial Trail was... let's say it like this. There's a lot of enemies between the waypoint and the frozen Tundra if I go from the Glacial Trail. And they're all poison immune, and like there's no chance I'm gonna be able to run back from that waypoint with no gear. I've enjoyed your other challenge runs, have been good watching them all. I'm glad to hear that, thank you, thank you. I would say I'm your biggest fan, but apparently YouTube thinks I'm your #2 fan. It's been a while now, probably actually, since they added that, but they do show that like number and the crown, and I'm not exactly sure how they determine that. If it's like, is it the amount you type in any given stream, or is it like overall engagement with the channel? I don't know. But good to see you, my #2 fan. Hope you're well. I gotta chat more to make it 1, alright. So is it only chat messages sent? I don't have any Pepsi today, but I do have a cup of coffee. Which by now is extremely lukewarm. I'm doing a free to chat speedrun to the top. How I understand it, it's like every 15 minutes or so, if you talk you get some XP. Oh, so you can't like jump in and spam at the start, you have to type something every 15 minutes. What a useless waypoint. Actually, for me it's quite good, because the only thing I cared about was not having to go all the way back from the caves. What are your predictions for the Ancients? I think the Ancients are gonna be pretty easy. Between the run speed on the boots and Plague Javelin is very solid for taking down tough enemies, as long as they don't have extremely high poison resistance. And the Ancients, none of the Ancients are naturally poison resistant, but since the Ancients do spawn with hidden gear, it could end up working out so that they are poison immune. We would need to get unlucky though, so... of course we can reset... Oh, we do have one portal. Actually, I probably need to use that one as a safety portal. So we might not have any town portals to reset the fight if we get screwed. Are you gonna bring a lot of TPs? I do actually maybe need to go and find... So I should at least have two. One safety portal and one to reset if I get a catastrophic. Like if I get extra fast, cursed, and Holy Freeze enchanted, because Holy Freeze goes through cannot be frozen. But if I get like Talic with those stats, maybe I do have to reset, because I don't think I can fight through something like that. Some very tanky enemies, but none of them are poison immune. Well, except the mages, of course, but I was talking about the abominationable, and the frozen terrors. Because one way we could do it is that instead of doing a safety TP at the entrance, we could find a waypoint and then clear a path to the Ancients. Ooh, been a long time since I identified a charm. Gold Fine. Gold Fine worse than Light Radius in this challenge. And then you know it's bad. But to look at the bright side, all the monsters are very slow. And easy to dodge, and I guess I would take that over, you know, less tanky. I mean, what would leveling up to 74 give us? Not much, I think. So overall, I think we had some, like a couple, the Glacial Trail and maybe Crystalline Passage a little bit, were pretty rough monster combinations, but for the most part, I think I got pretty lucky with monster spawns, like the monster types in Act 5. Ooh, barely made it out, that was a little sketch. Like, if those were Claw Vipers, I would have died, probably. Gotten knocked into Stunlock. I'm gonna take a gamble that this is not the place. I think it would need... Well... Could there be a door there? Or does it need more space? By the way, I haven't really talked about it on this stream since we made it a previous stream, but holy Bone Shield, how amazing Rhyme is right now. Cannot be frozen, dodging, you know, avoiding all the slow from getting hit by ice attacks. So nice. Ooh, okay, I made it out. It's kind of tough because I keep looking at the minimap while moving, which I guess is one reason why most people have the map that's overlaid on top of their character. But I think the stream looks nicer for like the viewer if I have it like this. trying to score some sympathy points. Like, I'm doing this for you guys, even though it makes it worse to play. All right, we are very far from the very far from the waypoint, but the enemies are slow, so I'm gonna take a gamble and not open a safety portal.
Fabled home of the ancients.
So Zarfen, when are you gonna make a TP barb challenge? I don't even understand what that is. Just had a Pepsi discount here in Denmark. 10 kronor plus pant for 1.5 liter. I bought like 30. Damn, that is a nice discount. And also 30, my type, like a man, not a man, how do you say it? One of my people, like a man of culture, but instead of culture, man of my tribe. That sounds nice. Portal barb is the new meta. It's great but a bit hard. What? Alright. You rolled up to the ancients like it's gonna be a one-shot, but yeah, it's gonna be difficult, but I don't think... I mean, fighting only 3 enemies with a ranged attack... Well, okay, so we'll see how it's gonna go. I'm pretty confident, but something that also happens that if you play a very grindy challenge long enough, your benchmark gets skewed. So, I mean, at like base level, this is gonna be a horrible fight, probably. Maybe it's gonna be easy, but probably a horrible fight. But because everything has been a grind lately, I tend to think it's gonna be alright. Okay, Stone Skin, Mana Burn. Oh, Mana Burn is annoying, but we just have to dodge him. Extra Strong and Mana Burn. Lightning Enchanted and Spectral Hit. Let's make sure that they can all be damaged by poison. Because they can actually have a hidden poison immunity. Like if they get poison immune from their gear, it doesn't show up underneath their name. But yeah, they are all damaged. I think that happened in normal, I think. Reverse one-shot challenge. He barely failed. Okay, so new plan. Never get hit at all. But I also need to manage my stamina, oddly enough, because I'm gonna have to run around in circles constantly. And I cannot afford to get caught, because maybe I wasn't fully healed actually when he attacked me, but that was like 90% of my health in one hit. I guess he is extra strong, and Whirlwind is always scary. Like Talik's Whirlwind is always scary. Let's see if I can... Oops, I accidentally drank a health potion instead of summoning my Valkyrie. Hopefully it'll be fine. I do have some healing in case I screw up. But I'm not that worried about a war of attrition. I'm worried about getting 1-2 punch comboed by 2 of them and insta-dying. This could be a good place to actually use some of the charges of the lower resistance wand, but it doesn't feel like I have any opportunity whatsoever to open my cube and, swap around gear. And it lasts such a short time anyway. I think it's safer to just keep doing what we're doing and then walk for a bit to regen stamina. Ooh. I did not know he could jump over the entrance. I've never seen him do that before. I thought I was safe on the other side of the terrain. I've never seen him jump over that little structure before. Oh, exactly what happened. I got stuck on the pillar and then I got hit by one attack and didn't react fun enough, and then I got deleted from the map by freaking whirlwind. It started off so well too. Yeah, exactly. It's not like... yeah, I was doing decent damage. I think it was the leap attack that got you stuck. Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe I got put into hit recovery. Maybe it wasn't the pillar. Anyway, unfortunate, but... exactly what I said I was afraid of ended up happening. Yeah, let's try to run it back. I considered doing save and exit because I used a lot of my potions. But I think I could manage. Though it's important to remember that right now I don't have the rhyme shield, so I'm not immune to cold damage right now. So it's gonna be very much easier to get. Caught out by nasty enemies. All right, so far so good. Ooh, nice. Actually, that is the entrance, right? Yeah. Okay. If I die again, it might be better to go back to the frozen tundra. Well, this worked out fine. Ooh, all right. Let's see what we're working with. So I have 3 big purples, 2 small purples, and then 4 mana for health potions. I thought the plan was to clean up the path from the waypoint to the entrance. It was the plan, but since the bone mages are poison immune and the other enemies are so slow, I decided against it. Weren't the Hell Barbarians have more affixes in D2R Resurrected? They do get more affixes, but it works like this. Like in normal, the Barbarians have no affixes, and then they get 1 more in Nightmare and 1 more in Hell. It's the same with any elite. They get 1 additional affix in Nightmare and then another additional one in Hell. Okay. I'm stuck. I'm literally stuck. This has happened once before, but then it was Madak. I think I put that in a video. Well, this is awkward because as far as I know, this has only happened to me once before, and the way I got out that time was by going back to town. But then I used my only portal. Like, you can't see me clicking, but I am trying to move. Oh man. They're really trying to screw me. Now I don't have any portal. If I get a poison immune one now, I'm gonna be screwed. Ooh, cursed. No! Okay, actually I did not get cursed. I was gonna say I'm gonna quickly unsummon my Valkyrie just so he can't curse me by like splash curse. Okay, he's very fast as well. I can't do this. This is impossible. Well, not impossible, but this isn't gonna work. Extra fast cursed. I have no chance. I don't have any chance against this Talik. Run! Ah, this is like a slasher horror film. Like at some point, yeah, he's gonna tag me like that, or I'm gonna run out of stamina. I'm not gonna use the potions because I have no chance. So I'm just gonna let myself die and not use the potions because I need them later. Or, okay. Oh, actually, did you see that? My potions ended up on the ground. So, you know, big shout out to Corlix's statue, because it was he that wasted my one town portal. So fair play to Corlix's statue. Otherwise, I could have reset that fight. That's very funny.
I shall purge this land of the shadow.
Yeah, exactly, get some TPs for the reset. Oh wait, no vendor. Yeah. So I'm just gonna make sure I have a full belt. I don't think I need an excess of potions for that fight, but I do need probably at least the full belt. Where have you been, man? Like, I said I was gonna stream last week, but I didn't. I just had a rough day on Friday. Like, nothing happened. Nothing bad happened. I just wasn't feeling it. But today I feel great. Despite getting absolutely mogged by the ancients. I guess I trash talked them. I said it was gonna be easy, and now I died to them twice, so I guess I have to eat my words. Go to the jail and look for TP scrolls. Not a bad idea. Seems a little bit scary, but I could definitely do with 15 defense. Some items. Okay, let's see.
So,
Oh, did I go back to... I must have gone back to Nightmare at some point, because I don't have the map cleared. Yeah, the problem with going into the barracks or the jail is that I will have to use a lot of ammunition. And potentially potions. I'm not sure if it's worth... Oh. Probably LK would be best. Good call. I keep forgetting about Lower Karast. Which is funny, because I do go here not too infrequently on my runs. But for the Hobo challenge, I kind of keep forgetting about it. Definitely the right place to go. Just open a bunch of poppables. Lootable terrain. Kind of want to kill those 3 lurkers. Since I'm not full on potions yet.
Good day to you, partner.
Oh, can we get that one? We can. A jade figurine. Well, this drops every stream. Thank you, Cub the Dad, for the subscription. Thank you. I appreciate the support. Come on, Lucky Titans. That would be very funny. I mean, I'll take them. I do have the stats to use them. Ooh.
I can't carry
Ooh.
anymore.
Okay, so I was trying to be a little bit lazy and not... No! I didn't mean to drink that. I meant to put it in the cube and cube them together to a full one. Well, I solved the problem of not having space, but not in the way I wanted to. Alright, we have potions, we have javelins. We have one portal. Well, since we are here, we can open a few more. Hope for some more portals. But I don't really have the space to carry that many more. I mean, let's get rid of that. I don't need a normal sapphire. Yeah, exactly. The portals are not for going to town. It's for just opening the portal to reset the ancients if I get, like, the last attempt, extra fast and cursed Talik. I don't think, I simply don't think I can defeat that.
I can't carry anymore. I can't carry anymore.
It hurts to leave green loot on the ground, but it's a very bad bow. I think it's Vidalas, right? Long battle bow, Vidalas, whatever. And it has like 1 to 20 lightning damage or some absolutely trash stat.
I can't carry anymore.
Okay, let's try with a single portal scroll. Why no tomes? Because, well, I do have a tome tome of identify. The reason I don't have a tome of town portal is that, except in this very specific situation, town portal scrolls are not useful at all. So it's not worth dedicating. Oops, did not mean to go to town. It's not worth dedicating a bunch of inventory space to that, I don't think. Okay, we definitely have scarier monsters in the Ancient's Way this time. Though the Afflicted are not very poison resistant, it seems. Actually, I'm just gonna kill those and then I'm gonna do what I said I could try. Okay, it's not worth the javelin. Let's go to the frozen tundra instead, because it should be easier to run through. Everyone's poison immune today. I think it's gonna be easier to run through this way. Though actually I need to pay attention. Because it's easier to maneuver around enemies out in the open compared to the ice caves, and since we have the map from last attempt, we know there is an easy way through from exit to, from like entrance to exit. And the stash space is the biggest challenge for this. I mean, the novelty of inventory management, like extreme mode inventory management, has definitely started to run out. But yeah, not being able to, like, sometimes we have been like overstocked on potions to the point where I don't pick up super healing potions. But then we run into a scary point, and I wish I had more potions. I generally watch on YouTube, but recently figured out Twitch. Much love, Mr. Goblin. Enjoy all your vids streams. Thank you, Cobb the Dad. Thank you, thank you. Happy to hear that. You could say they are afflicted by poison. Alright, now I'm just stalling. Like when there's tens running through enemies, I grip my mouse so tightly that I feel like I'm tired in my arm. How do you like this challenge so far? I've liked it a lot. It's been a great time. Though personally, now I'm at the point where I'm trying to just finish it. But the previous 10 or so streams have been great. So very fun concept. I highly recommend. The problem is that I would like to put this on my weapon switch, but there I have the biggest item I have, 8 spaces. So I think we're just gonna try again. Okay, he's still cursed, but now he's magic resistant instead of extra fast. Okay, so ooh, I think Madak is stealthily. No, he does take damage. Okay, never mind. Yeah, they all take damage. So this will be our attempt. I haven't really been able to see. Oh, maybe I shouldn't use the Valkyrie actually, because now I got cursed because they hit her, and the curse has a very big AoE. You know, just in case I do get hit. Like, I don't plan to, but I didn't plan to get hit the time I died either. The first time I died. The second time I kind of gave up once I saw extra fast and cursed Talik. Though if I don't summon the Valkyrie, I'm not gonna be able to hit them all, like all 3 of them as consistently. But maybe that's fine. I just realized it's very quiet. Did anyone pick up on that before? So the first hour and a half was without any music, and I just noticed. I guess they are feeling extra quiet today, the barbarians. I actually still don't hear any music. Maybe it's a bit bugged or something. Because there should be music here, right, in the Arreat summit. Thank you, Pickert. I will... Actually, they're so slow. Okay, here's the music. One nice thing about Zarfen's challenge runs is that everything doesn't melt in a shower of particle effects, so one can appreciate the art. What? I need to read that again. One nice thing about Zarfen's challenge runs is that everything doesn't melt in a shower of particle effects, so one can appreciate the art. Is that a reference to something I'm not getting, or just a very absurdist comment? Thank you for the super chat, either way. The coffee has gone from lukewarm to cold. But not ice cold. Like, I don't mind a cold cup of coffee, but it needs to be like very cold. Like room temperature, or preferably less, but that's a bit much to ask from a cup of coffee sitting on your desk. And I learned my lesson, so now from the first attempt, so now I'm just running like the same circle over and over. I'm not trying to be fancy to like run in here to get, okay, exactly like that. to like take a detour to maximize the spread of Plague Javelin, because that's how I got caught the first time. Got a little bit greedy with damage application. That worked out. I threw on the pillar there to spread the cloud like preemptively. That seems to work alright. New Plague Javelin against the Ancients strats. Also, it's nice that they are all clumped together. I kind of don't, like, this is the rare challenge where I don't want to spread them apart. Usually I try to separate them as much as possible, but now I really want them all in one blob, because the blob just mindlessly walks after me. And also I hit all three of them with every javelin. Well, at least two. I very rarely hit all three. Don't die, I will try. Will you have enough javelins? Yeah, for sure. Like the 20, I don't have only 20, I have more stacks in the cube. I'm not sure if it's gonna last all the way to Baal. Depends on how much we need to fight through the Worldstone Keep. And actually this is basically, to me it's a foregone conclusion that we will beat this unless I do any major mistakes. So, you know, I'll give it a 50-50. But the Worldstone Keep might be very tough if we get bad monster spawns, like... of course, souls is the thing I want to see the least, because negative lightning resistance. But also if I get a particularly bad spawn of mummies, because they are poison immune and a lot of the skeletons are poison immune and they keep resurrecting. That could be very, very tough. Oh, my dog died. Nice. So the Worldstone Keep could be extremely easy if we get a very short map or very bad or like good enemy spawns. But if we get bad enemy spawns, it could be very tough. Yeah, and the Baal fight itself is gonna take forever. But we do have I mean, that's one upside that I have not really been able to make this work yet, is that I will have all the lower resist charges for Baal in that case. And like, once I reach Baal, I can even start throwing away, like, I could throw away the cube. But I could, like, once we reach Baal, then we don't need to keep anything other than javelins and potions, basically. Well, okay, I guess I don't really carry that much luck still anyway, like only a few gems. Still hoping for that safety and bloodcraft, I guess. Doesn't look like it'll end up coming into play. But yeah, Plague Javelin is really good. It's only very slow. But like, if this was a non-challenge character with some plus to skills, it would look even better, because the Plague Javelin scales really, really well past level 20 in terms of damage. I mean, it is damage over 7.2 seconds, but like, I think we... Actually, let's check. Like, this has +1 to Javelin skills. And this does 7.5k. But a single additional skill point puts it at 9k. And yes, it is dealt over time, so it's not very, you know, speed efficient for like your endgame farming. But it is a very strong skill in terms of them, like raw damage numbers. Man, he keeps dodging my... Okay, here we go. Actually, now that Talik is dead, we could use the Valkyrie. Get distracted by stat reading. I don't think that mana burn and magic resistant Corley can one-shot me, but I also don't want to find out, so bad time to show off the skill descriptions. Reading stats while fighting Hell Ancients in a challenge run is crazy. It is a little bit crazy, but as soon as Talik died, I kind of... the battle was won in my mind. Of course, I can still screw it up, but... Here we go! Nice. Level 74. The Ancients defeated. Looks like he has poison length reduction gear. Oh, definitely. I thought about it now that the fight was completely stationary. I also thought that that the poison was really short duration. Oh, hey Bloody Hunter, thank you for 7 months in a row. Hello, and thank you for the support. Just out there getting cardio. Yeah, getting my cardio in. Exactly. He can't one-shot me. It turns out he spawned with grief. That is a fair point. Soldor Dag. I don't know what gear he spawned with, so he could spawn with a cruel polearm of chance to cast amplify damage. So I mean, he definitely has the potential. No, he can't spawn with rune words, but he could spawn with a really nasty magic polearm, in theory. Oh, I'm just resting my arms a little bit before we go in. Mentally preparing myself, like trying to manifest slow, non-poison immune enemies and a short map, but a lot of the enemy types that can spawn here is gonna be a problem. Good luck on finishing this challenge. Is this the longest challenge you've done thus far? Not in terms of playtime, but in terms of calendar time, definitely, because I started this way back last year, but then I took a unannounced like month-long break in January. Then in February, Reign of the Warlock dropped, and I paused this challenge and played that a bunch. And now we're soon finishing it. But in terms of playtime, it's not the longest. I think the crafting only is the longest. Or maybe spin the wheel challenge, actually. One of those two. It's one of the longer for sure, but not the longest. What do you think the best budget build for Terror Zones? I don't know. I am not an authority on the Diablo 2 endgame. Do you have any questions about how to cheese Hell Ancients with a very weak build? I might be able to help you, but not the Terror Zone farming. Oh yeah, the Valkyrie spawns with the hidden gear as well. She could also spawn with amplify damage. Chance to cast amplify damage on your spear. I've seen that happen before. What are your charms? Cold Rest 24, 21 lightning, run speed. I think this is like a relic from before I found 30 run speed boots. So maybe I don't need this, but it does add something. 11 life, 6 lightning res, and 7 fire res. Not terrible. Not great, but not bad either. Like, getting over 20 to a single resist from a Grand Charm is nice this time. Alright, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick actually. Before we go in. We can open the gates. Maybe we can live here after we have completed the hobo journey. Ah, here we go. Oh, it's already prepared. But 10 minutes? What did I do in the bathroom for 10 minutes? Alright, I'll be back in 5 minutes. And then we'll try to push for Baal for sure. I did not think that Hell would progress this fast, but it did. Alright, be right back. Alright, let's do this. By the way, while you're all here, that was an unintended dramatic pause. I had to burp, so I muted myself. I am moving soon-ish, like mid-end of April, so there will be a bit of a extended streaming break before I have the new place set up. I'll talk more about it as it happens, but just a little early notice. So I guess that means I should pick my next stream challenge as something that I can hopefully finish in, like, preferably less than a month, or like about a month and not half a year. Okay, great spawn. I like Ghoul Lords are very tanky and annoying, and the Defilers are poison immune, but the Defilers don't do that much. Like, they are a support unit. So at least level 1 is looking very doable. Of course, another danger is to get like stair camped or stair trapped, and I kind of got stair trapped, but luckily they are not dangerous enough to really do much with their position. Like, imagine if I had Bloodlords or Souls and nowhere to run. That would be bad, but this is like an inconvenience more so than a... Ooh, the worms they spawn are also poison immune, that's kind of nasty. Alright, well, they are really soaking up a lot of my ammunition, actually. And now I got a bit overconfident, so I think I can avoid some fighting. Ooh, okay, I just saw it on the map, very lucky. I went back for the well. But I saw the little red on the map. Okay, I was like, I need somewhere to pause, or like stand where I'm not in danger, but I could pause. Oh, the overlay! Thank you. Thank you. Still on break, or is this live? Coming to you live from the toilet. Entering the Worldstone Keep with the poison-only Jefferson. Using the bathroom on your chair. Max folder, shame on you. Cartman style, yeah. It's like Marcus from IKEA, but custom made. Hey Zarfen, first time I catch you live, love your content. I have a challenge idea. First off, thank you, happy you like the stuff. Challenge idea, every time you find gear on the ground that you can use, you have to use it. It's a good idea, I think I'm gonna do something like that sometime. I just need to figure out exactly how, because if we do it with every piece of gear, then it's gonna be too much inventory management, so it's either gonna be magic or up or rare and up. But it's a good idea, it's very fun. It's like if you played the gun game in Call of Duty back in the day. Kind of like that. Baal's throne versus Zarfen's throne. Oh man. The porcelain throne. Do a light radius run. Never. Or so, yeah, you could also do it time gated, like switch gear every 5 minutes. Could also be interesting. All right, let's go. Ooh. Can I scout here? Doesn't really look like the exit. And I guess I would like... So we have actually... Okay, so there's two things I wanted. I guess we would like to find the waypoint in case I die. And then I saw bats. And bats are not poison immune, right? No, they aren't. Oh, and beetles. Okay, so... And mages. Are the horror mages... Are poison mages not poison immune? Okay, so far I think we have gotten very lucky with the monster spawns on the first 2 levels. Like no bloodlords, no souls, no mummies, no dolls, and no flayers. Not that flayers would be a huge problem.
I can't carry anymore.
Griffins at home. But they could be very annoying because they come in such huge hordes. I'm trying to keep moving because I'm so afraid that Baal's gonna poison me if I stand still for too long. Isn't it odd that the horror mages that are poison casters are not poison immune, whereas a bunch of other skeletons are poison immune? And they don't even seem that poison resistant. Like, they definitely seem poison resistant, but not extremely so. It's weird watching you at work instead of at 2 a.m. before falling asleep. I was trying to piece together your schedule, but I guess I have been streaming at different times the last couple of months, so disregard. Because this is really my usual time to be live. Middle of the day, Europe time. Ooh, I guess actually getting poisoned is pretty bad. And there's really no excuse to get poisoned. Like, the poison projectiles moves so slowly and there's no other enemies chasing me. I am definitely spending javelins a bit too quickly, but I think that since I'm basically committed to finding the waypoint anyway, we can go and look for some javelins, or at least spears. I do have 1 stack of arrows. Before we go to the throne. Okay, they are kind of poison resistant, at least this pack of elites. Or maybe it's just that they are more tanky because they are elites, actually. Probably not that they are more resistant, because he doesn't have any resistance modifier. I wonder what we're gonna do about Akmal, the Cursed. I am probably willing to cheese him, like skip him. Yeah, I think so. We're gonna have enough of a headache dealing with super poison resistant Venom Lords and Lister, and then Baal anyway. I mean, a lone horror mage I could definitely take down with charged strike, but if I get poisoned, it's gonna be very expensive potion-wise. Though you could make an argument that I have more potions than javelins. Let's try some run strats. I immediately regret my decision. It's working out though. Just skipping some mages. I'm down to fight beetles and the other guys, the bats, in basically as many as the game wants me to fight, but the poison mages are a bit annoying.
I am overburdened.
Ooh, lots of rejuves. That's very nice. Ooh. Okay, at least it wasn't poison. I would prefer the lightning any day. Let's park some mages up here. Is the Peace Valk too weak at this stage? It is kind of weak, and it's also a bit inconsistent. Like the Valkyrie you see most of the time is my own, which is only level 6. But the Valkyrie from Peace is super strong up until maybe Act 3 or 4 in Hell. Or it's very strong in Nightmare. In Hell it's passable, but at the end of Hell it definitely falls off. It can tank some weaker enemies very well. But with Plague Javelin, I trigger it so infrequently, 2% chance, so I don't trigger it very often, and elite packs can make short work of her. But if I was like a strafe Boazon, it would help a lot, I think. Okay, so let's make sure we get the waypoint, and so I guess I should go left here. In Nightmare, I did the mistake of reading the map backwards. I was like using map cues from the waypoint to the exit, but I was of course at the exit looking for the waypoint. Oh, beautiful. This is like a Baal run map for doing Baal runs afterwards. We're not gonna do that. I guess we could get a synergy for charged strike. Could be nice in case we need to charged strike down some poison immune. See if you finally beaten the no stream challenge. I'm trying to lower the expectations, like not show up when I say I will, being inconsistent, so that the next time I disappear for a month, people won't bat an eye. Okay, level 3, Death Lords, super scary, but the Stormcasters not so much. So I guess once again the Valkyrie kind of screws me over because it's a way for the bulls to charge up Frenzy. I mean, we're so close to a level up that I would... Ooh, lightning and poison immune, an enemy I literally can't kill. Ooh, I don't like this at all. I guess we're running. But I would really like the last bit of experience to level up. And the sooner the better, because if I die now, I think I'm gonna lose a fair bit of experience. But those enemies, like, unless I get I allow the Death Lords to get frenzied up, they aren't that fast. The Stormcasters have very slow projectiles, and the mages are, you know, also not too difficult to dodge. Ooh, no, 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 no! Ooh. I almost got myself completely surrounded. Oh, okay, this is bad. I'm dead. I'm super dead. I'm just gonna die. I'm not gonna... Actually, I said I'm not gonna waste my potions, but I'm dropping lots of potions here, and there's no chance I will be able to recover this body. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. I guess what I should have done is not have... Like, when I saw the big Deathlord pack, I should have backed off instead of running, because like the way I played it now, I basically said, okay, the only way I'm making it out of here alive is if the exit to the throne is exactly at the end of that corridor, right? So a few more deaths than I would have liked this stream, but that's fine by me. Rip, rip, rip. I've noticed a bit of jank with the Peace Valkyrie. For me, she seems to respawn sometimes when I'm not currently attacking. That seems weird. I haven't noticed that. Oh, could be her teleporting to you. Oh, that could be it. Yeah, that could be it. That should be the same. Like, it should look like she's being summoned at you. These are enemies which I really don't need to run from. I should be able to fight them, but like I started running and immediately got surrounded. Okay, this is good. Man, very tanky Valkyrie. This is only my level 6 Valkyrie from my own summon, by the way. So with enemies like these, let's not make the same mistake as before. Although, with enemies like these, maybe I don't need to fight. Though poison is rough. Okay, abandon all reason and strategy, just run for it. Okay, let's push on and try to find the exit. Come on, we're so close. Though I definitely think we need to go at Baal and company with some more javelins and definitely more potions. Oh yeah, I'm down to my last few javelins, so I definitely need at least two full stacks or 2.5 and more potions. But I kind of feel like trying to find the exit so we know exactly where we're going afterwards. 1 HP and a dream. I was running through enemies with a single HP and being poisoned, and I meant to comment on it, but I kind of forgot because so much was happening. Okay, so very short distance. Okay, this is a nice map. A bit of a stair trap, but only one enemy, so we can handle that. With snare, I wonder if you can get away with some melee. That's true. I did actually repair it. So we could hit some enemy with one impale and then use charged strike. But I think we need to backtrack a little bit, get one or more stacks of javelins. And some potions. Well, we're getting potions. The problem is that charged strike is very mana hungry, and I'm not that well set when it comes to mana potions, or mana regen rather, outside of potions. Alright, one quick backtrack and then we're gonna defeat Baal. Surely nothing is going to go wrong. Oops, oh, I panic waypointed because I saw a poison projectile coming towards me. It worked out. So we're looking for a spear or straight up javelins. Some more health potions. Beautiful. Depending on how difficult it ends up being, we might have to backtrack and farm more potions mid throne room. But also every wave that we successfully defeat should have a good chance of dropping more potions, because they are all elites after all. Why do you have arrows? Because you can use arrows to craft javelins in the cube. And if I find a spear, I will show you. So it's kind of like a latent stack of javelins. But of course finding spears is not that easy. It's not guaranteed. Well, nothing is guaranteed. No drop is guaranteed. But like finding arrows is a lot more common than finding spears. Ooh, we got the level up. Oh, well, that shows you how long it's been since I played Javason. Because Lightning Fury is no longer a synergy for charged strike. Whoops. So that's a couple of wasted skill points.
I can't carry anymore.
Alright, 31. Not a big stack, but it is 30 more javelins.
I am overburdened.
Spear? Where? Or did you mean this one? I guess it's called a short spear, but it is already a javelin. Ooh. Java skill gloves, anyone? Please, one time. Oh. +2 to an Amazon skill tree, but the wrong tree. Well, actually, I mean, I'll lose out on the attack speed, but what is more important? Fire resist and another passive skill, or attack speed? I don't think attack speed is that important, actually, so I'm gonna use those gloves instead. Kind of nice. Puts our... Oh, okay, I was gonna say it puts us on positive fire resist, but not quite. Not quite. Oh, I definitely don't need all the town portals I'm picking up now. Well, it could be good to have a couple for safety portals. Or we could make sure to clean out the area so it's a safe passage back from the waypoint, since the waypoint is so close to level 3 and then to the throne. 20 IAS is big. Is it really though? Is it that big? Like when you're using Plague Javelin? I mean, it helps charged strike, but that's a backup attack at best. Okay, so here we go. Any spear and a stack of arrows. Ta-da! Javelins. I wonder, has anyone ever used this cube recipe in a playthrough as much as I have during this playthrough? Am I the world record holder for most cubed javelins on a single character? Because why would you ever use that on a normal playthrough? I'll make it does make the Valkyrie better, and it also gives me more dodge chance, which helps. Those gloves, I mean. Thank you, Istvan, for becoming a member. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Seems like we have opened most of the lootable terrain. Oh, here's another chest with another potion. I'm gonna run back to the waypoint and then we can see what we think about my ammo situation. Finally catched you online. Not easy from Canada. Yeah, my stream schedule is very Europe focused, or like Europe tailored.
I am overburdened.
For sure. Did Zarfen move to Australia? No. What did I say? that made you think that? I forgot. Okay, so we have 31, 12 plus 90, and then this one is 36, but I do have an orc rune to repair it. I do have space for more potions in the cube actually, but I think it'll be fine. Let's go. I mean, it's just a plain javelin, so it's almost always a downgrade. Yeah, exactly. You will never get anything except the lowest tier of javelin from that recipe. And even if you want normal, like that kind of javelin, they are sold by vendors for dirt cheap. So there's no reason to ever use that recipe. But that being said, I am very glad that the recipe exists for for this exact character. All right, let's go. So we did have one Death Lord here. Okay, let's see. Okay, no enemies here. I would like to keep this little place clear of enemies, because if I need... Ooh, okay, they are not poison immune, they are magic immune. And they don't seem awfully poison resistant, so that's fine. Of course, Akmal the Cursed is always poison immune. But those guys, the other mummies, should be fairly easy to deal with. Though I really want to dodge their poison attacks, and the black projectile is so hard to see. It's so it's small and fast moving and kind of blends into the shadows, but it's very short range, so as long as I pay attention and am a bit careful with my approach, it should be fine. Ah, okay, he figured out the strategy to defeat me. Just run at me. Okay, so now we have this little donut free, so if all else fails, we can kite enemies around and around indefinitely. Ooh, okay. I was gonna say I shouldn't have aggroed those, but they were so close that it's good to aggro them now instead of later when I'm trying to dodge Lister or whatever, so it's fine. Because if I pull them later when trying to fight a pack of nasty guys, could have been way worse. I saw more mummies up there, or I didn't see the mummies, I saw their projectiles. Oh, that's nasty. Mummies racing the Oblivion Knights because they are undead. So I guess I should really not kite Akmal the Cursed back here. If I can help it. Because there's lots of undead around, and I have no way of getting rid of corpses on this character. Oh yeah, they can raise Stygian dolls as well. Yeah, that's super annoying. Since we have portals, let's open a safety portal here. A bit unnecessary, but I don't think I'm gonna carry 3 TP scrolls in my inventory. Ah! Come on, finally. Okay. Okay, so now this seems... No? Okay, I was gonna say it seems clear enough, but then another wave came. And I'm not gonna go into the side rooms to clear them out, but I want to be able to like move through here without aggroing anyone, so... The fact that they came at me now is fine, because then they won't be there later. Nice red armor. Maybe a jeweler's mage plate of the squid. 4 sockets, 100 life. We will never know, because you can't see what the stats actually are. It seems like she has a decent stick as well. She's kind of killing the Oblivion Knights. Because this is not my poison anymore. She must have poison on her spear. But a very weak version. Okay, I'm gonna help. Okay, so far so good. Okay. Luring a few more.
Good day to you, partner.
Or luring, aggroing. It's not like I knew they were there. Thank you, Cell97, for the Prime. I appreciate the support. Thank you, thank you. Is this poison only? It's not, but the Charge Strike is very mana hungry, so if I go up here, you... Okay, he died, but let's find another enemy. Actually, I'm gonna try to kill them a bit further back, so I don't have undeads too close to the throne room. But like if I go in, you can see my mana pool draining very quickly. And I don't have that many mana potions. And right now I can, how do you say, I can afford to, you know, slowly kill them. Whereas when I fight the throne room waves later, if I run out of mana, for example, if I get some mana burning enemies or something, I would prefer to have the mana potions done. And I'm trying to make sure that I kill the undead knights a bit further back, because if I need to... If we end up trying to actually kill Akmal, or if we park him, it would be good if there's not a bunch of undeads right here. Actually, I kind of wish that all of these and all of those were even further back if we're gonna park Akmal. Because otherwise, when we bring Akmal out there, there's gonna be so many undeads for him to raise. But they kind of don't like chasing after you, so this is annoying. Okay, here we go. One of them came a bit closer. And I could unsummon the Valkyrie, because that would make it easier to aggro them. But this is actually a level 15 Valkyrie from Peace. I think, unless I accidentally overrode her. Which actually I think I might have accidentally overridden my own Peace Valkyrie. But if I haven't, I would like to not unsummon her. So that's how you do it. You don't aggro them, you scare them away. So if I stand here... Too bad he can't figure out that a pillar is... Okay, here we go. He really wants to stick around. Because the problem is... So Akmal the Cursed is actually going to be a huge problem for for this character, because if I pull Akmal the Cursed out into the corridor here, I won't be able to pull the Venom Lords and then Lister out here as well, because Akmal is gonna have so many undeads to raise. That is a problem. Because I was kind of planning to pull Akmal out, but you know, there's undeads here, there's undeads here, and then if Akmal stands here, then when I come with Lister, because even if I try to kill Lister, I'm gonna have to kite him all the way back here most likely. But there's so many undead, so it could quickly turn into an absolute awful fight. So I guess what I have to try is to get Akmal and park him over here maybe. And it seems like this was kind of empty, so got a bit lucky with that. Alright, that's the plan. He might resurrect this one, but that's one enemy. Oh, do corpses despawn like items? Ah, that's interesting. Yeah, we could chill and just talk for a while. Hello, Sarf. I've recently looked at your silly challenge videos on YouTube. Keep up the good work. Thank you, thank you. I'm glad you enjoy them. Well, you didn't say you enjoyed them, but if you watch them and said keep up the good work, I assume you enjoy them. Ooh, even more undead. Okay, this is bad. This is really bad. Ah, shoot. You know what? I think we're gonna have to do the Daliden strategy. So shout out to Daliden for figuring that out. But if there's gonna be undead in the throne room as well, I think we simply need to wait for the corpses to despawn, unfortunately. It's gonna be annoying and gonna be a very weird stream for 10 minutes or whatever the timer is, but I think we need to, because we can't fight the second wave with Oblivion Knights in the room. Oh, and we even have a mummy here. Well, at least, I mean, let's look at the bright side. We didn't get a single soul here or in the Worldstone Keep, right? Man, they are resting them so quickly too. So you can see now why Akmal is gonna be a problem. They are raising everyone so quickly. Okay. Clutch reju. Why you no kill enemy? I'm trying, okay? I'm trying my best. But then later when we are waiting out the corpses, that would be a good time to go and grab a few more potions, because I did use a lot of potions for just from the entrance to the start of the throne room. So we'll try clearing out the throne room and then go on a potion hunt. Oh, nice. Very empty throne room. And this is cheating, but in the interest of saving the audience from walking back to through the Worldstone Keep for the 50th time, let's use a town portal and pretend like we didn't.
I shall purge this land of the shadow.
And we used a lot of javelins too. on that short trek. So it would be really nice to find some more javelins too, or a spear, because now we have the arrows. Oh, perfect. Sometimes you just have to ask.
I can't. Impossible.
54, a bit of a low roll, but it's fine. I mean, the Dark Spear women do have spears, so they should drop them more often. So I have 73 plus 31, that's like 100, and then I have 36. Oh, and then I can repair those, so I have almost, yeah, like 250 or 300. That's maybe enough.
I can't carry anymore.
So almost a full stack. Baal clears corpses too. He does, but not in the entire room, right? Okay, let's go for one more elite pack for potions, and then we'll go back. Though I wonder, when it comes to potions, do they despawn if you are standing next to them, or do you need to be like away from them for a while for the despawning to start happening? Oh, nice. We got a peace trigger as well.
I can't carry anymore.
But there's nothing peaceful about it.
I can't carry anymore.
Right, we are quite well prepared, if I say so myself, when it comes to potions. Javelins. I think they only despawn out of view, but I'm not sure. I would think so too, but I'm also not sure. Actually, we can go back now, because surely it's been more than 10 minutes since I entered the throne. So if we go and see if the bodies back here are still here. Oh, they have despawned already. Okay. This one is still here. But the ones I killed here have despawned. Okay, let's stand here and chill for... Or actually, I didn't look. How many corpses are still here? Oh, they have despawned already. Nice. Alright, Daliden, if you're still here, well played. Thank you for the strat. Ooh. The behind the scenes of the challenge runs is full of cheating. Oh man, full of cheating. I can never make this a video now, because you will know that I went to town. When can we expect a new YouTube video? Oh man, yeah, it's been a long while. I got completely... How do you say? Flanked by the DLC, because I was halfway done with a video, but when the DLC dropped, it kind of made me not want to continue with that. Then I streamed for a bunch, and then I got sick for a while, and then, you know, I'm working on a video. It's pretty far along, but it's gonna take another bit of time, unfortunately. It's so much fun to watch your videos live. I wish you would consider to stream a little later once in a while. I have been streaming a little bit later a few times this year, but it's hard for me to make that work, unfortunately. All the live stream VODs, that is not live, of course, but all the VODs from the live streams are on YouTube currently. Do you consider D3 or D4 challenge runs or nah? I don't know those games that well, and I've said this before, that modern ARPGs, when you struggle in those, I find it not to be the same as in Diablo 2. It's hard to put my finger on it, but it feels like, you know, it's only, you know, slightly slower if you're underpowered.
Good day to you, partner.
For example, I have done one Diablo 3 challenge, which is a video on the channel where I beat it without a weapon, and that was certainly a very underpowered Diablo 3 character, but I never truly got stuck, it felt like. Yeah, it's not really a challenge type of game, but I too really like Diablo 3. And thank you, Honor Noah, for becoming a member. I appreciate the support. Thank you, thank you. Do you drink Pepsi every day? Not today. I drink water and coffee today. If they fire me, that's 100% on you. I have no control over this. So I can expect a call from your boss, perhaps. What about Diablo 1? Diablo 1 feels like a challenge in its own to me. I did promise a Diablo 1 stream a while back, and I still gonna do it, but not right now. D1 is a challenge. That's how I feel. I've never beaten Diablo 1. I only played it for a few hours. But I think it would be fun. I think, from what little I've played Diablo 1, I think a Diablo 1 stream would be very similar to a Diablo 2 challenge stream in like how I approach it and how I would play it. PoE 2 should have lots of possibilities for weird restrictions, considering the amount of spells, skill, passive trees, etc. I agree. I played not very much PoE 2, but with a huge flexibility. Going back to what I've said a lot of times, that a fun challenge for me, it's not necessarily the hardest challenge, but the one where you can do the most fun and interesting decision making, like making good and interesting, but, you know, maybe a bit odd or unusual skill decisions, etc., or gear decisions, like min-maxing the mediocre, someone said sometime during stream, and I thought that was fun, a good description of what I like to do. Like, I don't think it's fun to try and make the absolute best end game sorceress, but it's very fun to try to make a very suboptimal build work as best as it can. Alright, I am stalling a little bit. Trying to mentally prepare for the waves. You also promised Titan Quest or one of the Torchlight. Did I promise them, or did I say that it would be fun to play? I have Torchlight 2 on Nintendo Switch, and when I was on vacation a while back, I booted it up and thought, let's relax and play some Torchlight 2. But like 15 minutes into the playthrough, the YouTuber brain took over, and I was like, I wonder if you can beat Torchlight 2 with only the pet for damage. And then I started, you know, I stopped doing anything with my character and just watched if the pet could could kill enemies. And then I was like, what am I doing? This is supposed to be like my holiday chill time. So I guess I can't play games normally anymore. Rare glaive. Actually, let's retreat. Could this be the fabled self-repair javelin that we have been waiting for so long? No, but Fool's Mod and some ED and some attack rating. Not that we care about physical damage, but Zarfen could do a civilization stream and it'll last for 20 years. You know, I've been getting into Total War Warhammer 3 a lot lately. Like, I played that a lot the last few weeks. So I really like that type of game. I guess Civilization is even less about combat and more about city building and like diplomacy and research and stuff than even more so than Total War games. But maybe that's really what I like. I don't like doing challenges. I like thinking and making decisions, because those games are really about making decisions all the time. Like, should I attack? What should I research? What should I build? Who should I try to befriend and who should I try to go to war with? And it's like the same here. Like, I don't really care about Baal. I'm like, what item can I find? What skill should I use? How can I defeat Akmal? Like, what can I do? Like, for example, this is very fun to me. I'm pulling the death mages as far away as possible from the door, so that when I kill them, their corpses will not be too close to where I will try to kill the mummies. Because I will also need to try and kite the mummies away from Akmal. Otherwise, or actually, they can't resurrect each other, can they? Okay, so I probably didn't need to pull them this far, because I don't think the mummies can resurrect each other. I don't like challenges, as he's doing a challenge. Fair. Okay, let me specify. What I meant is that I don't really care about, you know, completing the challenge. It's not as much as, you know, checking off the box, like, okay, we did it. It's more about the decisions and the fun interactions you have along the way. Mainly making decisions and, you know, trying to come up with a plan. That's what I enjoy. It's not as much as like, yeah, I'm gonna beat Baal and, you know, prove that I could do it. If that makes sense. I used to play old Shogun Total War. I know Total War is a really, really old series, like a franchise or IP or whatever. But I'm kind of new to it. I started playing in Total War Warhammer 1 because I'm pretty casual, but still I'm a Warhammer fan, so that's how I got into Total War games. But then I didn't play for a long time, but now I'm on a super... how do you say, binge, or like I'm deep into the game right now. I play it a lot, like in the evenings. Ooh, I did not see that poison, and I don't have any antidotes. I guess let's throw one more javelin, and then I guess let's hang out here for a while. Because drinking health potions right now is not efficient. Do you play the tabletop of Warhammer as well? I don't. I did own some army. Like I have owned Warhammer minis, Warhammer Fantasy. But I only painted them and read like the army books and like immersed myself in the universe but I've never played a game. Like a tabletop game. That's one long-lasting poison. Did you play Blood Bowl, the PC game version? I've never played that, but I know what it is. It's like Warhammer, but like a rugby game. Isn't it a very strange game? But I've never played that either. But I know about it. I can barely beat this game on hell, and this guy won't even go to town. I've played this game a lot. It really is about, you know, at least for me, it's really about game knowledge. I guess the speedrunners, they are very good at, you know, execution. They can really beat the game with stuff that I absolutely can't. Like Kano, for example, who speedruns Ubers. Like the characters he beats Ubers with completely blows my mind. But just knowing how stuff works on a pretty deep level helps a lot. The universe is super enjoyable. I find myself enjoying the fantasy side more than 40k. Me too. I really enjoy Warhammer Fantasy, like the universe, the lore, and, you know, yeah, the Warhammer Total War games. I've never really got into Warhammer 40k, which is more like space with guns. I guess it's more low fantasy, or like high fantasy. I guess it's high fantasy. Not that I'm too knowledgeable about the labels, but more so than sci-fi. I think magic and dragons and, you know, knights are cooler than guns and spaceships and aliens. Grim dark fantasy. Oh yeah, that's true. Dark fantasy is very cool. Who would have guessed that I enjoy dark fantasy? Says the Diablo 2 YouTuber. Oh, so we're down to only Akmo. And the Valkyrie is damaging him. Okay, what is our plan? I think my best course of action is Kelpie Snare charged strike spam, but I'm a little bit worried that I'm gonna get hit by his poison breath, but there's not much I can do about that really. Though I do want to lure him away from Baal, because I don't want to get cursed by the Crepify. Time for lower res. We can try. I don't think it will break his immunity. Usually poison immunity is hard to break, right? Yeah, you see, it didn't do anything, unfortunately, against this poison res. Or maybe it's just Akmal who is very resistant. I think he has a special super immunity. What you need is space dragons with guns. Now that sounds interesting. Now, I know I'm gonna make some enemies here, but I'm also not a fan of, you know, the Lovecraftian type of fantasy, like eldritch monsters and big grotesque blob monsters. I like orcs and dragons and, you know, fireballs. That's my kind of fantasy. Can you wait till the Valkyrie slaps Akmal to death? I wonder if Akmal has regen or not. Maybe that could be our backup. Because I'm actually not sure. If we look at his health bar right now, it looks like he is damaged. But there is also a visual bug that can happen sometimes. Like if you damage a monster very slightly and then they regen back up, it sometimes doesn't show on the health bar. And then the next time you damage them, it updates and they are at full life again. That happened on my level 1, starting hell at level 1 challenge. But maybe, if he doesn't regen, we can definitely take him down. And I said earlier that I'm down to cheese him and lead him out of the room, but of course if we can beat him, I prefer to do that. So he started running at me, but he didn't run very far. He's still definitely in Baal's curse range, so let's try and make him move a little further. Okay, here we go. And then impale. Alright, and he has the freaking cheating aura as well, right? His poison aura. I think we can do it, but it's gonna cost me every last one of my potions, most likely. It would be really nice to have any crushing blow or any open wounds at all, but of course I haven't really prioritized that because so far it hasn't been useful whatsoever. So I think we can beat him, but it's gonna cost us all our potions. By the way, nice phallus mature. So I wonder if we should park him just to save potions. Exactly, is it really worth it? And let's see what the Valkyrie can do. What we could do is we could fight him and try to spawn a stronger Valkyrie and see how that goes. I like that actually. Let's stab him with Impale instead. Oh, okay, here we go. Let's see what a high-level Valkyrie can do. The problem is that poison is his poison especially is gonna be very strong against summons. So I think that the Valkyrie will die eventually, but she does decent damage to him actually. And my left hand is resting on the rejuves in case he starts running at me. Okay, so that works. I think we can take him down. And if we need to, we can go and farm some more potions afterwards. It's just it's a bit annoying to have to wait for the poison to run out. It's such a long duration. Has he regened any now? It doesn't look like it. And it makes sense because the named elites, they do not regen life. But of course, there is an exception. Lister does regen life. Which I guess kind of made me think that all the Seal Guardians, not Seal Guardians, but all the Throne Room Wave bosses are an exception. But maybe it's only Lister who's the exception. Okay, here we go. Actually, maybe I helped as well. And now I didn't get poisoned. Oh, strange. Because Akmal has some kind of weird hidden poison aura, so you can get poisoned simply by standing close to Akmal. But this time I didn't. I don't know, it's weird. Okay. That went much better than expected. Nice. You're my favorite D2 YouTuber. I love your weird challenge runs. Oh, thank you. Glad you glad you like the runs. Happy to hear that. I think we should fight these like 1 or 2 at a time, because otherwise I fear that they will simply out-heal my poison. Well, they are already doing that. It's hard to lure them away from the big cheese from Bartek. But now that they have left their spawn position, I think that makes them easier to separate. Because like when they spawn in, it can be difficult to get the minions away from the main guy. Well, now we got the main guy with us. Yeah, they are healing. Maybe if I slow them down with Kelpie Snare, I can make them regen or heal each other less often. But the heals seem like a big problem. Like the poison isn't dealing damage to them nearly fast enough. Oh, maybe if I can get... Okay, here comes another one. A bit of a messy fight, but I like slowing them down. It seems to help a lot. Oh, come on. Okay, now we can definitely take Bartek down. Oh, nice. That should help. Though the potion situation is looking a little bit iffy, considering what we have to fight next. Though I guess the last 2 waves do not have any healing or like the Hydra summon, so maybe I will take less damage if I manage to pull the fight off. Like the Hydras aren't that bad, but I don't have any fire resistance. Well, I guess I do have fire resistance, because if I had no fire resistance, I would be at negative 100. Watch this kill steal. I guess it's not a kill steal actually, because my poison is doing all the damage, not the Valkyrie. Alright, that turned out well in the end. Okay, there's actually 2 more. I thought I killed all of them. Which one of your challenge runs was the least fun to complete? Tough to say. I will say though that the wheel challenge, if I had not been streaming that, I'm not sure if I would have finished it, because it was extremely painful to play after losing 2 of the skill trees. Like the last 2 acts of hell was absolutely atrocious, but since I streamed it, it was kind of fun, you know. Somehow suffering in front of a live audience makes it more fun. Oh, they are all poison immune. I did not know that. Or maybe I should say, like, I forgot about that. So I'm gonna park those and not feel bad about it. But we'll defeat one for glory. That was actually not too bad. What do you think? Should we pull them out one at a time and kill them? Nah, let's move on. What class can beat the Ubers without rune words? No idea. Actually, we have a few here that we might need to take down like this, because I don't think I can... Like, I can't pull those guys into there as well. So almost half of the durability is gone already. Using Impale with a 40% chance to lose durability is really problematic, or how do you say? It's really tough on the durability of the weapon. Oh shoot, it's already 15 or like 3 o'clock. I said at the start that it would be a bit of a shorter stream. Okay. I kind of need to go, but I can't end now, so I'll have to make an excuse for being a bit late. So they have extreme health regen, but poison stops all health regen. So we should be able to handle those. Of course, they also have 90 or 95 poison resistance, so it's not gonna be quick. But as long as we can keep them poisoned, it should be very doable. Though, like, I think a few seconds of them being not poisoned is gonna be enough to undo a lot of the damage. Yeah, you know what? I hate to do this, but we're gonna park Lister as well. I usually like to defeat Lister on my challenge runs, because in many ways, Lister is the actual final boss. But I didn't realize how quick the last hour went by. Okay. Battle plan, summon Valkyrie. Go in for a poke.
The Worldstone.
And then we need to use this at some point, right? We can't finish without ever using the lucky drop. Let's see how much one javelin does now. Alright, good call on skipping Lister. We might be here a while. Nothing is happening to his health bar. I wonder if it's actually worth it to cost that. I think it's more important to slow him down. Ooh, I will not have any way to deal with his clone now that I can't go back to town. Ooh. Oh, okay. I didn't fully consider how this fight would play out. This might be a problem. Like, I can't even retreat to farm potions now. It's the normal fight all over again. Oof. I guess it is. Ah, this is very bad. I should have definitely went for some potions before the fight. I got a little bit stressed when I noticed that I was in a little bit of a hurry. But now I might have put myself in a position where I can't defeat him. And to be completely honest, I am not 100% sure if we're fighting Baal or the clone right now. I think we're fighting Baal, because the clone was summoned a bit further back. Like, imagine if we're spending 20 minutes wearing him down, and then it turns out to be the clone. Actually, the clone is a lot weaker. Ah, man, I think that this might be the clone. He's taken too much damage too quickly. Right? Pre-rip. Yeah, I think that's... It's so hard to tell, but it feels like this guy has taken too much damage too quickly, right? Yeah, I think this guy is taking damage too quickly. I don't think this is the right Baal. Yeah, that seems more like the real Baal. Ah, man, this is bad. This is bad. You can tell the clone from Diablo. Yeah, the D and demon is a little bit offset, but if they are not next to each other, I find it very hard to see the difference. I basically need to be able to flick back and forth between them to see the difference. Okay, well, now we know that... Now we summoned a new clone, so now we know that we were right. We were fighting the wrong one. This is gonna be awkward, because if I die now, I probably need to go and farm potions, go and farm spears or javelins. So if I die now, I don't think I have time to finish. So it's really all down to this attempt. And now again, I don't know if I'm fighting the right one. Crappy crap. I also might not even have enough potions for the fight. Like, I am very hurt. We should definitely keep him slow though, because as you can see, when you fight Baal, if you slow him down enough, his animations get so long that a lot of his attacks are actually cancelled because they don't come out in time. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but because his animations are so long when he's slowed down, a lot of the attacks never like come out. Like, you can see him starting to cast a spell, but then he aborts. Okay, so I'm gonna stick. I'm not gonna bother anymore with the low resist wand. Or actually, when he's so slow, I do have time, I feel like. cursed gameplay. I'm actually surprised that he managed to summon his clone when being so slowed. It's a little bit risky because I'm down to 12 and now 11 durability, but I really don't want to risk him getting out of the slow. And I'm not sure exactly how long the slow lasts. It is a while, but it's not super long. Are we doing it with no health potions and a few rejuves? Kind of looks like it. And the Valkyrie VIP, not necessarily because she's tanking, but she's pinning him down, so he's not going after me when he's slowed. Actually, I probably don't need to use Impale. I could probably use only Charged Strike. Oh, but that's unreliable, so let's not mess around. Oh, I did not mean to use my last potion. My plan was to use all but one potion, so I don't run out of mana completely. But now I don't think I can use Charged Strike anymore, because I need to be able to like resummon Valkyrie. I need to have mana for... Oh, that's 3 mana. But I need to have mana to keep spamming Plague Javelin. And now I need to do some super quick... repairs, come on. Alright, nice. Oh, and I do have an Orc rune in case Kelpie Snare breaks. I think we're doing it. I don't want to take out victory in advance again, but I think we're doing it.
I am overburdened.
Is it gonna be another Zarfen challenge completed on the back of Kelpie Snare? Maybe the best challenge run item in the game. And this sure is a final fight. It really is. It started out looking so bad too. Maybe I missed my first Impale, because it feels like the first time I slowed him down, he still got up so many spells, like he summoned his clone, he used a bunch of the cold wave. But this time around, it behaves more like I expected, like he can't do anything. Which is kind of how I expected Kelpie Snare to behave. And like, I'm not taking any damage, which is good, because I'm out of every potion except the last 4 rejuves. Oh, actually, it doesn't seem like mana burn is even working when he's slowed. Like the animation played, but he didn't really burn my mana, did he? Yeah, it's not working. The animation plays, but it doesn't do anything. Oh, come on. I can't believe what a close call it ended up being in the end. like not only the fight, but also that I went here without enough potions. I didn't realize that I couldn't TP out, because you can't go back up again. And also then, you know, that I am in a little bit of an IRL hurry. And let's finish the job with the hero of the run, Kelpie Snare. Yeah! Here we go. Like watching an anime fight in the last 5 episodes. Yeah, like with all the filler. GG, GG. Oh, thank you for the GGs. It's done! The Hobo-san has defeated Baal and saved the world. Maybe now some town will welcome her. Oh, well, very nice. I did not think we would make it all the way through the final act today, but we did. And what a way to end. Two durability left, though we did have one more Ort rune. Thank you, Golaps Maki, for the bits. Thank you, thank you. Kelpie once again the lifesaver. Tramplisa is victorious. Oh, the loot. You wanna see the loot too? Imagine if I just save an exit from the game. No, I couldn't. Okay, let's see. Bone shield, crown. I think we found this. No, it was on another character, right? Or was it on this one? Wall of the Eyeless. Maybe it was on the Warlock. And this could actually been a pretty good earlier. 5 mana after each kill. But no real defensive stats. But the crown, the crown could have been really solid. I mean, this is very solid too, but this one is... No, oh, I'm thinking about Iratha's. Never mind, this one is trash. I was thinking about Iratha's helm. And the voice got tired from that celebration. Oh, now go to town. Oh, definitely, yeah. Good, good point. And now you can see we are in Harrogath. So Deckard Kane says, oh, my poor voice. Deckard Kane says, congratulations. You are now welcome in the town of Harrogath. Finally, we are welcomed to town with open arms. Ah, repair.
If salutations.
Ah, buying potions. And buying javelins. Look at this assortment to pick and choose from. Alright. No town challenge defeated. So you have to pay for Deckard to identify, right? Yeah, because I never saved him, because you can't save Deckard Kane without talking to Akara. Is this how you get citizenship in Sweden? Yeah, you need to defeat the Demon Lord. I saw that in one of the deep caves of a mountain. Oh, gear view, good point. Let's end on a gear view. Then I need to run. Low quality ceremonial javelins. And this is the gear that we beat hell with. Low quality. I don't think I've ever had a low quality item. But it's still, even if it's low quality, it still has the +1 to javelin and spear skills. So I think we repaired this item twice with Ort runes. Because one skill is kind of big. Dusk Deep. Decent. 15 all rest, 7 damage reduction, -2 to light radius for us light radius haters. Peace. The level 15 Valkyrie was really strong for a while. At the end, not like good, but not amazing. 2 to all Amazon skills, of course, very useful. 12 to all res amulets and 2 passive skills, I guess. Rhyme, resistances, cannot be frozen. These ones we found today. Passive and magic skills, 22 fire res. This is also super important because before we found this ring, mana was such a struggle because we had like, and we was a little bit lower level, so we had like 100 mana, and not only does that mean lower natural regen, but using a full a super mana potion when your mana pool is only 100 is kind of wasteful. So this ring is also the unsung hero of this character. We never ended up getting a better belt than this, which is sad. And then this ring that we got today, before we used this one. 30 FRV boots, some charms, resistances mainly. And we ended up getting to use this in the end. And of course, the most important item, Kelpie Snare, the VIP. Your javelin, yeah, yeah, exactly. The stats on the javelins didn't matter at all, except +1 to javelin skills does a lot. I showed this before, but like with another javelin, Plague Javelin does 7.5k, but with one more skill point, it jumps up to 9k. Very big difference. I mean, it's over 7 seconds, but this character didn't care about speed, more like damage per javelin. When you weren't able to buy potions, is there a specific place that you used to farm them? For potions, I went back to Cold Plains, basically the easiest area I could think of, and then targeted specifically elites. So like, right now a Plague Javelin can easily take down a pack of elite Fallen Shaman, for example. And elite packs, like unique enemies, and also the champions and berserkers and stuff, they drop a lot of potions. Would you do this again in the future? Ask me another time. Right now, no way, but who knows? Maybe sometime. All right. Well, very happy that we finished this. All in all, very fun. I thought it was very fun to have the different like seasons of resource management struggles. Like trying to upgrade gear. It was kind of fun when gear was breaking and we had to replace. Like we had Hotspurs and Hand of Brock for a while. 2 pretty solid low-level uniques, but they both broke and we replaced them. And then we started repairing gear with runes. And then, you know, potion management and then javelin management. Yeah, pretty fun. Kind of long, but pretty fun. We'll see what we do next time. I feel like I closed a chapter of my life now. Me too. Especially since it was like we started this like it wasn't even in December. It was like November or maybe even October. No, maybe November of last year. Oh, nice. Finally. All right, I need to run. Thank you for hanging out today, everyone. Thank you, thank you. We'll see what we'll do for the next challenge. I have no idea. If you have any requests or suggestions, go to the YouTube VOD of this stream later and post them, and I can take a look. I have some ideas of my own, but I don't really have a strong opinion. But I gotta run. So thanks again. everyone, hope you have a nice week ahead, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye, and goodbye, Hobothon. Enjoy the warmth of community in Harrogath, now that they have welcomed you as one of their